Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Tyron Woodley for the welterweight title at UFC 205, Madison Square Garden, New York, New fucking York. And Stephen Thompson's neck is not normal.
Let me just say.
Yeah, that was weird.
That fight ended in a draw. Stephen Thompson versus Tyron Woodley for the welterweight belt. Woodley champion. Stephen Thompson coming off impressive wins. Crazy knockouts of former champions, etc.
Yeah.
So this was a big deal. Stephen Thompson is unique. I was saying this in our last video. He's a 1 in a million fighter. He's the reason why mixed martial arts thrives and survives and evolves. Because you get these talented people from other disciplines coming in and using what they know and what they're good at to change the game.
So here comes the second part of my segue. Stephen Thompson is the striking Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Ooh.
Like, Khabib is as good at grappling as Thompson is at striking.
Yeah.
We can go back to Thompson.
Yeah. or like Dominic Cruz and his footwork. Like,
yeah.
There's another one right there. Like, these people should be put up on a pedestal and should be, like, worshipped for what they are bringing to the table. Like what Ronda Rousey brought when she first came in. You know?
Yeah, but in order to be, like, deified by MMA fans, it's not good enough to be a great fighter. You have to have something else. That something else doesn't necessarily help you out in the cage, but it's what makes fans buy 1 million pay-per-views.
Yeah, it's the reason why people want to watch them. Not just because they're amazing at what they do, but they bring a little swag.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if Thompson is there yet, but his fight with Tyron Woodley
his heart
was
showed
a really
fight.
Good display of heart. Now, what's interesting
and
here...
that is something that people will rally behind.
Yeah. Now, what's interesting here is we are talking about the heart Thompson showed, his toughness. We're not talking about Tyron Woodley, who retained his welterweight title. It was a majority draw.
Even though Bruce Buffer pulled a little... Steve Harvey, is that the guy who announced the incorrect Miss America?
But yeah, we're talking about Thompson. Woodley did enough to beat this, rising star of the welterweight division.
But his holes in his game were exposed, in my opinion. He is lightning fast. He is super strong. His wrestling is sick. You saw that in the first round. But it didn't last throughout the fight. And Stephen Thompson, after that first takedown in the first round, I feel like he kind of like mentioned this in any post-fight interviews that we saw, like he was a little gun shy.
Yeah, well,
he could have finished him so many times in the fight.
I don't know about so many. I think if he had,
towards the end of the fight, he had many opportunities and he didn't capitalize on it.
I think if he had let his hands fly,
first round, getting taken down and really worked on.
Yeah, he got worked over bad in the first round.
Yeah.
But so you're worried about getting taken down. You don't throw as many kicks, maybe, but he could have let his hands go more often than he did. Like you said, I think he was gun shy, but that's why he didn't walk away with a decision. Was because he picked his shots very carefully, and. You know what? I thought Woodley won the fight. I know you thought Thompson won the fight. I definitely thought Woodley did enough to retain the title.
I thought it was either a draw. Well, see, now Dana White and I agreed on this. That Thompson was up 2 rounds. No, I'm sorry. It was... Thompson had 3 rounds. And then he's like, I guess you could have scored the first and the fourth 10-8.
The first you could score 10-8. The fourth you could... I mean...
It's tough. Okay, so the 4th round, Woodley had the fight almost stopped. Thank you. I believe it was Mergliata, the ref. Was it Mergliata?
It might have been then fucking Mergliata.
I think
I'm not
it was.
Sure.
I'm so happy that he didn't stop the fight because Stephen Thompson was still in it, as you can see. He was rocked bad, hurt bad on the feet. Then Woodley capitalized on his neck. With an arm-in guillotine, which
Yep.
is not, which is more difficult to finish,
It
unless
takes
you're
more.
Jessica Andrade.
It
in
takes
her
more
last
finesse.
fight.
Like to hook up the arm in,
Yeah.
you've got to adjust.
It's
You've got to
hard.
get that arm right on the neck.
Because there's a lot of space that could be made with the arm in,
Yeah,
from
it
what I
offers-
understand, and from trying to
Arm in
finish
guillotine
an arm
people,
in
yeah.
guillotine myself.
It offers more control. Some people think it offers more control because you have the arm hooked too. But just personally, from my
It's
very
harder to
limited
finish.
experience, I don't like going for the arm in. I much prefer the high elbow guillotine. The arm gets in the way, and it seemed to get in the way of Woodley, who was cranking back on that fucking neck.
We were I don't know
Watch
if
it,
you
watch
guys
it.
were doing that too, but we're like, what?
Ah!
And then he's
Ah!
like, how is he not tapping? I'm like, he's not going to tap. He's going to get out.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna tap.
I'm like, he's going to get out. I see space. He can breathe.
I did not. Maybe I saw some space, but I saw the fucking vertebrae of his neck growing, just like inches from the.
Yeah.
It was
It
crazy.
was such a good fight. They put on such a good fight, and mad respect to both of them for putting on that performance. That was insane.
It was a really good
The crowd
fight.
was going crazy. We were going crazy. It was such a great fight. It was so entertaining. It was a draw. So therefore, the very next fight for Woodley and Thompson should be each other for the belt.
Just did like the
Not like
document.
this.
So that's the fight that it looks like is going to get made right
That's
now.
what
That's
should be made.
what I was talking about. That's what you should make.
Absolutely.
Now we got to go back to our other first video here. Who's Conor McGregor going to fight? If one of these guys is injured, if Thompson, it turns out, fucked up his neck, if Woodley broke a hand, Thompson doesn't want to wait, then you don't make an immediate rematch, and it leaves open the possibility of Conor McGregor fighting Tyron Woodley. I just figure Woodley crushes him. One of our instructors at our school, I said, yo, like, McGregor wants to fight Woodley next. I'm like, he's going to get murked. And my instructor did not miss a beat. He just goes, oh, McGregor would beat him.
I don't think so.
I thought Alvarez was going to beat McGregor.
That's true. But
I would be
he
interested
didn't
to see
wrestle
it.
him, so.
He didn't wrestle him, but I'd be interested to see the fight. You know what I liked about the Thompson-Woodley pairing? In Woodley's post-fight interview, somebody was asking him about striking exchanges and talking about how Thompson seemed to be getting the better of the striking. And Woodley looks at the reporter, he goes, who does well in a striking exchange with Stephen Thompson? Like, Woodley knew how he was going to win that fight, and it wasn't standing there trying to trade shots with Thompson.
No, he respected.
And he fought smart.
Yeah. One thing about Woodley is he is very smart. He is not.
He's not dumb, and he's
he is
pretty
not dumb.
straightforward.
He is smart. He's straightforward. He's to the point, whether you like it or not.
He wants to go in there. He wants to make a shitload of money.
Yeah,
He wants to try to beat his opponents in the easiest way possible for him. And he's not trying to play any games about it. He's kind of telling you what he wants to do.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I don't like Woodley, but maybe he'll grow on me. I don't know.
Yeah. I respect him as a fighter for sure. His straight up speed, power, and tenacity, like how he went after that guillotine, he burned his damn arms out.
Yeah, it wasn't in. You gotta adjust. Lean forward, and
he was in the moment.
Yeah, great fight.
Yeah, great fight.
So I
want to watch it again because
we only watched it one time.
A very emotional response to that fight was that I thought Stephen Thompson won, but I could see how it could be a draw. I don't disagree with that. It's very subjective, the 10-8, 10-9 rounds, and maybe in the future they need to come up with a more clear distinction between the two.
Yeah, the judging is very hard in MMA. I feel like there's a far greater number of variables than you have in boxing, which MMA judging is based off of the 10-point must system.
Maybe it's time for a change.
Yeah, they've been talking about that a while. That's a huge issue that they would have to be putting a lot of thought, research, time, money into figuring out how to change it.
Yeah, this is, I don't know if it's related or not, but gymnastics used to have a 10-point system. Mm-hmm. And then, I don't know how many years ago, they changed it to like 2 different scores, and then you add them together, and it's like you could get anywhere like some like a score in the 15s is like good. So they completely changed the scoring system, and in that process, the scoring was like kind of, it took a couple years for it to work out, but now it's a better system looking back. It's a better system than looking at just a 10-point system. So maybe that's something that they should consider and look to other sports where rematch is necessary. No, stop that.
Okay.
That was just I don't know. I didn't mean to dock.
They got to fight each other again.
They
yes.
should absolutely fight each other again, and there is something wrong with the UFC if they don't think that that's what should happen. So Dana White was alluding to it. He doesn't like making calls of fights the night of the fights. This was at the post-fight press conference, but it makes sense. So just do it, UFC. We want to see it again.
Yeah, I want to see it again.
You could fill another arena with people wanting to see that. So
I can't think of any clever lead-ins to the third segment, so we're just going to talk about Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Michael Johnson.